Do you want these kind of results? Well, my 6-step program will guarantee that you will do exactly that. You will be catching every single legendary Pokemon on the very first ball that you throw. 150% guarantee. Every single raid that I go to, there are at least 5 to 10 people who struggle to catch it. They walk away from the raid thinking, I just wasted so much time doing this, with no reward. Now, I've also had people at raids tell me that there was a trick to catching legendaries, that if you threw a Nanaberry and then a Golden Raspberry and then another Nanaberry at it, that you would catch it. So I asked them to prove it to me, and they couldn't. So I figured it was up to me once and for all to come up with a trick to catch legendaries. And ladies and gentlemen, I have done it. Now I want you guys to know that the information I am about to reveal to you guys is top secret. Niantic does not want you to know how to catch legendaries. So the next time you see me, I may be in prison. But without further ado, let's get into it. Step 1. Now what you're going to want to do is go into the Pokemon Go app before you even get to a legendary raid and make sure in your settings you have battery saver mode on. Now if you already have it on, make sure you turn it off and back on again. And just for good measure, just to throw the game off a little bit, turn it back off and turn it back on once more. The reason for this is that you want the game to know that you are absolutely desperate for this legendary Pokemon and you are willing to sacrifice some of the aspects of gameplay by turning on battery saver mode just to get it. You are desperate. That's why you are here. On to step 2. Now this step should go without saying, but it does seem that a lot of people are getting confused with this step. I'm not really sure why. After defeating a legendary raid boss, you're going to want to feed it a Golden Raspberry. I mean, they are literally in this game for this purpose, to catch legendary Pokemon. Unless, of course, there is one exception. Your first name starts with an O and your last name starts with an R. If that description fits you, you are going to feed this legendary Pokemon a regular raspberry. Well, why is that? Don't ask questions. Once you've fed the legendary Pokemon the appropriate berry, move on to step 3. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit complicated, so make sure you pay attention. But again, if you want results like this, you have to follow all of these steps. Now, we've all heard recently Niantic talking about 2-mile radiuses, whether it comes to events or spawns or anything like that. Well, it also applies to legendary raids. So after turning battery saver mode on, defeating a legendary raid boss, and feeding it a Golden Raspberry or regular Raspberry, if your first name starts with an O and your last name starts with an R, you're going to want to get at least 2 miles away from the raid boss you just defeated. If you have a car, drive. If you don't have a car, run. Run fast. Time is ticking. Niantic seems to have an obsession with 2-mile radiuses, or radii? Either way, you need to get outside of that radius. Chuck, this is the stupidest thing I have ever heard. That may be so, but it works. The purpose of this is to trick the game into forgetting that you're catching a legendary Pokemon. Getting outside of this 2-mile radius will convince the game that you are in fact catching a regular plain Jane Pokemon, like a Pikachu or a Spinarak, as opposed to a legendary, because the game doesn't think that you're gonna go 2 miles away after defeating it without trying to catch it. You gotta trick it. Now, step 4 is where you're probably going to start to think that I'm crazy. What you're going to want to do for exactly 9 seconds, make sure you either have a stopwatch handy or you just know how to count. You're going to want to rub your head for 9 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Make sure before rubbing your head for 9 seconds that you are using your strong hand, your Pokeball throwing hand. The goal of this is to increase friction between your hand and your phone. What this will do is decrease lag and increase the tightness of your ball spin. Again, make sure you do it for 9 seconds. No more than 10 and no less than 8. 9 is the sweet spot. Now, immediately after doing this, you're going to want to bring your hand directly to your phone so you don't lose the electrical charge. Just like that. Spin, spin, step 5. Now, without a doubt, there's no question, step 5 is by far the most important step. All you need to do for step 5 is... And then you're ready for step 6, the final step. You've got battery saver mode on. You've applied the Golden Raspberry or the regular Raspberry. You have left the 2-mile radius of the legendary raid. You've rubbed your head for 9 seconds to increase friction, and you've obviously followed the very important step number 5. Now, there's just one thing left. Throw the ball. Spin your curveball for exactly 3 1.8 seconds. Any more than that and you're not going to catch it. Any less than that and the game will glitch out. If you're having trouble counting tenths of a second, you want to do it just like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and let go, obviously, when you get to that 8. And the result? One, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. First ball, insta-catch on any legendary Pokemon. The best part about it, you don't even have to be great at throwing Pokeballs. You don't have to get an excellent or a great or even a nice throw. All you have to do is hit the legendary Pokemon. Haters will say it's fake, but I have tested this process over and over and over again. 3 total times, and it has worked 100% of the time. So I can prove to you and I can tell you today that it works 100%. So hopefully this tutorial does in fact help you catch your next legendary Pokemon. If this does work for you, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what your results are using my 6-step program below this video in the comments section. I would love to see all of the success stories that you guys are going to bring forth to me after following my program. I love you guys, and if you enjoy Pokemon Go videos, make sure you subscribe, and if you are new here, turn your notifications on so you never miss an upload. Also, this video is a parody. Every raid I go to, there are people who think they have these crazy ideas as to how they are going to magically catch these legendary Pokemon. They then walk away from the raid not having caught the legendary Pokemon, and I'm left thinking, I thought you had a trick for this. Now, to be completely honest, I have caught 3 Zapdos in a row yesterday on the first ball every single time, and I'm not really sure what I did. I didn't do this, but this may work for some of you. But seriously, between you and me, all those other tricks, they don't work. This one might work, maybe. Probably not. Also, if you have friends who are failing to catch legendary Pokemon, link them to this video and see if they decide to follow any of the steps. If they do, please get them on video doing it, because that would be hilarious. I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace!